Hey guys, Brandon with Flyin Miata back for another FM Live. Today we're going to talk about things, MX5 things specifically. So as always, you have questions, drop them in the comments. We'll get to them hopefully live, if not after the fact. So we've been carrying MX5 Things products for a while. They make a bunch of really cool, just kind of neat stuff. Customization stuff, convenience stuff, lighting stuff, awesome stuff in general. So I'm not going to go through the entire MX5 Things catalog right now, but I am going to give you kind of an update because we've added a bunch of stuff to the catalog. So some neat stuff. So we'll jump right in. First one is this little kind of boring looking harness. Well, this is for your Homelink rear view mirror. So if you've got a 10-pin connector on your rear view mirror, you can open your garage door from your rear view mirror. This pulls power from that. So you get switched power, constant power, and ground. That's to power a dash cam or a radar detector or a whatever you would like to have powered in that location. So it comes in a flying lead like this where you splice it in, and it also comes in a USB version where you just plug the USB into your USB powered thing. Easiest thing possible. And this is for any US Miata, possibly Mazda actually, with that Homelink connector. So that's going to be NCs and NDs, in other words. We also have, we've actually been carrying these for a little while, but I'm not sure that we ever made noise about it. So these are the ND trunk poppers. So you put these on where the hinge is, and basically it's just a pretty strong spring so that when you push the button on your key fob to open the trunk or push the button inside or whatever, then the trunk opens up on its own. You don't have to go back and lift it up. It opens for you. Very convenient when you have a bag or a handful of groceries or something like that. And again, that's an ND thing. More ND stuff. So this is a DRL module. So what that means, it's, as you can see, it's a straight plug-in. And this allows you to leave the DRLs on, the daytime running lights, the shark fin, whatever things that this car doesn't have because it has brake ducts, but are typically here, I believe, on all US market NDs. So it allows you to leave those on when you turn the headlights on, because usually, stock-wise, when you turn the headlights on, your DRLs turn off. So just kind of an aesthetic thing, a little bit more light because those DRLs are actually quite bright. Super simple install. In the safety end of things, we have this very small little piece. There's actually two versions. Well, if we do math, there's more than that, but basically. So this is a third brake light flasher. So this is going to flash the third brake light. So there are two different versions, kind of if we start at the beginning. There's one version that flashes the brake light every time you stand on the brake pedal. So every time that circuit is active, it flashes the light, with the exception that it has a 10 or 15 second timeout, so that if you're constantly on and off the brakes in traffic, you're not constantly strobing the person behind you. It's kind of a polite thing, if you will. There's also an accelerometer version. So the accelerometer version, your brakes stay completely normal until you're braking hard enough, which is more than 0.6 G, and then it says, okay, now I'm braking for real, and it flashes the third brake light so that the people behind you know that you're stopping more quickly than normal. You're not coming to a slow stop, you're coming to a panic stop. So within that, we have plug-in versions and splice-in versions. So there's a plug-in version for the RF and the PRHT, so the ND RF and then the NC PRHT, and ours is missing for a mysterious reason. But anyway, plug-in for those guys. There's also a plug-in for the soft top, ND, not the soft top NC, and then for everything else, there's a splice-in. Now this splice-in is pretty slick because it's very, very simple. It just has these tiny little holes in there, so you just have to cut the wires, strip the wires, slip them in there, and they're going to lock themselves in there. You don't have to worry about crimping or soldering or any of that kind of stuff. Obviously, the instructions are going to tell you which goes where. And it's all Velcro mount to the underside of the trunk lid. The wiring is easily accessible, super easy install. So more on the lighting thing. So this is what we call a smart flasher. So this is available for the NCs, and only in the NCs at this point. So this does basically two things. It gives you tap to turn, and tap to turn is on modern cars, including the ND, when you tap the turn signal. So, you know, you can push it here and hold it, and your turn signal will flash, and then you click it all the way, and it'll stay on. Well, you just tap it and then let it return, and it'll blink 3 to 6 times. Programmable, you choose. But it'll flash 3 to 6 times like a modern car, and then it'll turn off automatically. The other thing that it can optionally do is have courtesy lights. So when you lock or unlock your car, the parking lights are going to come on for 30 seconds and then turn off. So it gives you a little bit of light around the car. Again, kind of modern, nice car convenience type of things. The other neat thing about this is that it works with incandescent bulbs like stock and also LED bulbs. So if you have this guy, you don't have to worry about a different flasher for your ND bulbs, or excuse me, LED bulbs. You don't have to worry about resistors or anything like that. It just works. Now this is a simple plug-in. It's the exact same footprint as stock. This kind of flying lead here is for 12 volts for programming purposes. So, and you've got a fuse panel. You know, this guy goes kind of under the dash here-ish, and then there's a fuse panel right here to plug this guy into. So you have to get upside down, slightly clumsy, but really not too bad at all. So we also have phone holders. So this is for the ND specifically. It keys in where the stock cup holder goes. And there are two versions. So there's the phone version here that just slips in like that. And when you push down on this, the bottom, the arms come in. So you just drop your phone in, maybe square it slightly if you want to, and there you go. It's got a ball and socket on there, so you can easily adjust that. It also comes in this RAM version, so it's the same thing. It just has a RAM ball for the RAM style mounts. So phone holders, lap timers, whatever you want. There's a bunch of different stuff that will attach using this. And I will show it to you in a minute after I talk about the roof controller. So we've actually sold the RF roof controller for a little while. We've recently added the PRHT roof controller. So with the PRHT, pretty slick. It gets rid of this, well, it moves the speed limiter up. So you can open and close the top up to 30 miles an hour. It gets rid of the reverse override, so you can close the top, open or close the top when you're in reverse. Make sure you know what's behind you when you do that. There's a reason Mazda didn't want you to do that. It's one touch. Yeah, I think that's it. But it's really slick because you can set it up so that the NC has a latch that you have to manually undo. You can set it up so that when you undo that latch, that is the equivalent of you pushing the button, and now the top is going down on its own. And then you want to put the top up, cool, push that button once, wait for it to do its thing, latch it, and you're on your way. Very slick. Now the RF controller is basically the same thing. It doesn't have the latch thing because there is no latch or no manual latch in the ND or in the RF. One of the really cool things it can do is if you tie it together with the accessory power unit or power module thing that we have for sale as well, you get control over your roof and your windows. If you have the window controller, I think, from your remote. So that I can easily show you how this goes in the car, we're going to open Travis's car here. So, and you can program this, but he's got it programmed. So 1, 2, 3 clicks. And wait a minute. And then the top is going to go down by itself. And you notice the windows went down as well. All by itself. And there you go. So I'll show you where this guy goes real quick. So you've got cup holders back here. That would be very awkward. I would not recommend it. This is intended to go in here. So you slip it down in there. You want to make sure to push it down nice and firm so that it is fully seated in there and it's not going to wobble around. I haven't done that for the sake of short video stuff, but there you go. And again, that ball and socket, so you can adjust angle, wherever you want, and your phone sits right there. Very convenient. And when you're ready to go, pull up on your phone, comes out. Oop. All right, so there we go, easy peasy. Since I might have forgotten to silence my phone, we'll keep it with me in case it starts making noise. Okay, so that is my deal there. Like I said, we've got a bunch of MX5 Things stuff. This is just the new stuff. So let's go through some questions here. Does the DRL harness work with older NDs without LEDs? So all of the US NDs, to my knowledge, have LEDs. So if there are other market NDs that do not have LEDs, LED DRLs specifically, because the taillights, for what it's worth, are incandescent, which is why we sell upgrade LED bulbs. But anyway, so I don't know. I would guess yes. They're typically the only kind of incandescent versus LED goofiness is in turn signals, where the car is paying attention to the resistance of the circuit to tell you whether or not the bulb is burned out, and LED bulbs don't have enough resistance. So it says, hey, the bulb is not working, even though it's not actually true. It just has much less resistance than the car is expecting. Long story short, I can't give you a definitive on that, but I bet it'll work just fine. What MX5 Things ND products can you install without violating the warranty? There's an intriguing question. So, according to the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, if a manufacturer is going to void your warranty, they have to prove that if they're going to void your warranty because of an aftermarket part, they have to prove that that is what caused the failure. So if you install a roof controller and your transmission goes out, no, I mean, there's no correlation there at all. If you install a roof controller and one of the motors goes out, that's not going to happen. But if that happened, then they would have to prove that this is the reason that that happened. Maybe an uphill battle, but realistically, the short version is you should be fine with any of this stuff. That's not going to cause any kind of catastrophic issues. Honestly, your dealer's probably not going to notice that any of this stuff is installed, with the exception of this, because the behavior when they push the button is different. This being the roof controller. What's your favorite MX5 Things mod? Good question. I am going to go with this guy combined with the window module and the accessory ignition power module, for the reason I just demonstrated. And I will let it do its dance in the background. We won't wait for it this time, but we'll let it do its dance while we're doing other stuff. Okay, so is there an NC DRL kit? Yes, we have a DRL kit for all of the pre-NDs. It is different. So this DRL kit is a module that allows you to keep the headlights, or excuse me, keep the DRLs on when the headlights are on. A normal DRL kit, DRL meaning daytime running light, means that your headlights or some bright light is going to come on the front of the car anytime the car is running or the ignition is on. So we do have a kit like that. We have one that works very well for the NA, the NB, and the NC. So that is a fairly simple wire-in installation. It's not an MX5 Things product, but it's still a great product. You can find that guy on our website. What NC products do you carry? Big old pile of them. I'm not going to go through all the individuals. We have brake stuff, suspension stuff, engine stuff, interior stuff. There's a whole pile of things that we are constantly adding to, such as our new upcoming turbo kit. So that's too big of a question for just this, but we do carry a bunch of NC products. So that is my list ahead of time. Do we have questions?
Yes.
Okay.
For the NDRF, we need the accessory module in addition to the window module to use the key fob to lower the window.
So the question is, what do you need in order to lower the windows on an RF from the key fob? Travis is probably going to be a better answer to this than me. So if you want to do the windows, you need the window module and you need the accessory ignition power control module thing. I can't remember the exact name clearly. And if you want also, and that'll work for the RF or the soft top. I think there are different versions of, just buy the one you need, but you can do the roll down your windows automatically thing on a soft top. If you want to do that and also control the roof, then you need to add the roof controller to that. So hopefully that answers that question. That's it. Okay, easy enough. Well, thank you as always for stopping by. Heads up that we are going to be at Miata's at the Gap, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. So our Facebook Live schedule might be a little goofy, but stay tuned to all the social media things because we will be making noise about it from there. And if you're in the vicinity, it is an awesome event. It's so much fun. Tons of great vendors, tons of awesome people, and yeah, there's some pretty nice roads there as well. They're basically custom designed for the Miata. And we'll have a ton of stuff to show off. And I believe there's some giveaways as well. So anyway, if you're in the vicinity, definitely stop by. As always, you have suggestions for videos, drop them in the comments. We're always looking for ideas. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun social media stuff. Follow us on all of the Facebooks and Twitters and Instagrams and YouTubes and all that business. And we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.